TNT Radio.
Have passed 4 years since your last album, Condition Human. You had been touring about 3 years. How has the process been to do The Verdict?
Oh, it's been great. You know, we had Chris Zeus Harris do the producing on it, and we all wrote together as a band and came up with what we feel is a really good album and a great representation of where the band is creatively today. So the process was a really good process, and you know, I think it's pretty evident in what this new record sounds like.
Yes. In the first listen, this album seems to me harder than your previous works. Drums and guitars harder, more aggressive voices. Do you agree with me?
I think it's a heavier album. Yeah, I think that there are some faster songs on the record. You know, overall, it still has the diversity of a Queensryche album, but I think it's a pretty heavy album for the band.
Also seems to be more progressive parts, songs with lots of changes in and much other textures. Did you search back to the roots?
Yeah, I think that you know, as we were writing the songs, you come across certain parts of songs that need to change, you know, and as you're creating those parts, because we're all working together, we come up with interesting ideas, and you know, how can we make the song flow but still have some interesting changes in the music that's progressive and fun and interesting.
There are some relaxed songs too, very progressive, but without losing intensity, such Dark Reveres, I think, or more profound, such Portrait. What could you tell about these songs?
Yeah, well, the song Portrait is definitely the slower, you know, the slowest song on the album. It's very, it's a kind of melancholy type of a song, very, very big and spacious. So I think that song is very different from every other song on the record. And then you have Dark Reverie, which has those elements of clean guitar and then heavy guitar, more slower emotional vocal delivery, and then a little more aggressive during the chorus. So those are two songs that, like you said, they have their own intensity, but they're not just heavy metal, hard rock kind of thing. They're definitely very musical, and those are two examples of songs on the record that show that diversity of the band.
There are two more powerful songs, such Band or Propaganda Fashion, full of punch and speed. It seems to me a very equilibrated record, as you said. What feelings do you have about The Verdict?
I think it's a really great album for where we are today. I think it is a good evolution of the band since the last two records. I don't think that it's a continuation of Condition Human, but I think that it is just a natural progression from that last record. So overall, it's a rather dark album, but it's I think it's going to be, you know, one of those albums that deserves to be among the more favored albums within the discography.
I would like you talk me about Light Years, uncool, amazing theme for me, with a lot of punch. I think it have a little bit of Queensryche sound, very progressive, very powerful. It is one of my favorites in the album.
No, thank you. Yeah, that's a song that Eddie Jackson wrote. He wrote the music and the lyrics, and you know, I think that'll definitely be one of the favorites from the fans that listen to the record. It has a really great, catchy chorus. It has those progressive elements within the song, in particular, the middle section of the song before the solo. So yeah, that's one of my favorite songs on the album.
This is your third album with Queensryche. I guess it is the most complete album have you done with the band. With more vocal registers, you are very powerful but very sweet too. Are you satisfied with the album?
Yeah, we're all very satisfied with the record. You know, we were happy with the first record I did with the band. We were even more pleased with Condition Human. And then with this album, you know, we are equally, if not more, pleased with this record. It's a really fun album to listen to. It's not too short, it's not too long, it's heavy, it's slow, it's dark, it's moody. It has all of those things that we were hoping that it would have when the record was finally completed, and you get to listen to the album as one full play, you know, instead of just having one song here and then you write another song and you're not really sure how the album will be as a whole. But once the record was completed and you get to listen to it from beginning to end, it's a really fun record to listen to, and we're all very, very pleased with the outcome.
Okay. Obviously, you are the voice of the record, but also you play the drums. What has happened with Scott Rockenfield?
I don't know what's happened with him. He took paternity leave back in 2017 and has not participated with the band or returned to the band yet. So I don't really know what he's up to because I don't talk to him. But, you know, Casey Grillo has been playing with us for almost 2 years live as the touring drummer, and he's done a really great job. He fits right in with all of us, and the fans seem to really embrace his efforts and contributions to the band. So, you know, everything is really doing well. I mean, I know on the outside it looks a little chaotic to not have the drummer on the album, but, you know, there's nothing we can do. We can't force him to play if he doesn't want to play. So, you know, I did all the drums on the demos, and I've contributed to a lot of drum parts since I joined the band. So it just made sense that I would be the guy that would play it in the studio, since I crafted all the parts and played the drums on the demos anyway, you know. It was just the easiest, most logical thing to do and made the most sense.
Yeah. Scott is going to touring with QUEENSRYCHE this year, or you have to buy another drummer?
No, Casey Grillo will continue touring with us for this year.
Casey come with you?
Casey will be touring for 2019, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, in your last works, you have written much of the drums, as you said. Could you tell about it, about your work in the drums?
Sure. I mean, when I joined the band, you know, they all knew that I was a drummer, and when we were writing songs for the first record, the 2013 record, you know, while Scott's working on some songs, the guys would send me their other songs and asked if I would put drums to it. So with Scott's approval and endorsement, I started writing drum parts for a lot of those songs. I did the same thing with Condition Human. There were some times where Scott played what I wrote on the demos, and then there's other stuff that I didn't have anything to do with, and he did his own thing. And then there's other things where he took something of what I did as a template, and then, you know, did his own thing on top of that, or you know,
yeah,
or you know, use what I did as a foundation. But I've been creating drum parts for a lot of the songs for the other two albums, and since he wasn't a part of this record, I did all of them. So it's honestly, it's nothing new. I've been doing this for 7 years with the band.
Well, the album will be dated in the first week of March. In March, you will start your tour over United States. How will be next month for QUEENSRYCHE? I assume they will be very busy.
Extremely busy. Yeah, it'll be very, very busy. We have a show in New York on the 22nd of February. Then we fly to Miami, and we do the Monsters of Rock cruise for 5 days. And then we get off the cruise, and then we do a 4-week tour with Fate's Warning going out with us. So we've got, you know, about 6 weeks on the road until we come home for a little break. and then we'll do some other shows between April and July. We'll have some other fly dates, and then we head to Europe for three and a half weeks. Over to Europe, and we'll be playing a bunch of festivals there. So there's a lot of touring that's getting ready to start happening.
Okay. Well, you have been involved in the next Druber's work, I think. How has this collaboration been?
Oh, it was great. We did that song Discordia, and he finally finished his album, and that comes out, I believe, February 22nd. He got a lot of different guest singers, really great people on the album, and so I'm very thankful that the song that we did will be featured on that record as well. It was a lot of fun to work with Glenn. He's a great writer and great musician. He's a really nice guy. So he sent me the music to that song, and I wrote the lyrics and melodies to that song, and we recorded it together and put it out a few years ago. And a lot of people seem to really, really like it. So I'm very honored and happy that we were able to do something together creatively, and that it's going on his new record.
Well, we are finished now. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience with my bad English. And I hope... Thank you. I hope see you in Spain soon.
No, you're fine. It's all good.
Thank you, Todd. Bye.
Okay, thanks so much for the support.
TNT Radio.